Hi beauty fam. I thought I would hop on here and try to do a shorter what's on my face and getting ready with me. Well, obviously I got ready. I had probably 10 minutes to get ready and I have a really simple fast look. I ended up using my Le Beige Water Fresh Tint and I use the shade Light Deep. And I use that for all over my face. I love this. This is so lightweight and refreshing, but it doesn't have like super full coverage. So what I do is I go in with my Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Complexion Touch. This one here, which is the same technology, but it has less water and more pigment. You can see that even in here. And what I do is this is shade B40 and I use that for my red area where I have rosacea and just the front, like the center of my face, because it is a bit too light for me. So I put that on and I just forget, like I have these great products and I'm trying to like just enjoy what I have. So yeah, I just pulled these because these are such great products. Also, Lipstick Lesbians did a thing of where they went into Ulta and they went to each gondola and she had to pick out of each brand what was her favorite product, and she said, "Ooh, Chanel was hard, but she picked this one." I'm like, yeah, it's a really great product, so I decided to use that today. For my under eyes, I am still using and enjoying the new Westman Atelier concealer. You can see how much I've been enjoying this. So it's like this little thing, it tells you how much you have. It's very pigmented, a little goes a long way, but I just really, it surprised me. I did not like this concealer at first, but it's one of the most full coverage, pigmented, natural looking concealers I've used. So it's the Vital Skincare Concealer. I use shade M4. And the thing with this, you don't have to powder it down under your eyes if you don't. So if you have dry eyes already, like dry skin, don't use powder. It's a bit self-setting, but because I have oily skin, I set my face all the time. So that's pretty much it. You can see how it really is super pigmented. So I use that under my eyes. I didn't even use color corrector today. For my eyes, I used an oldie but goodie. These are the loose pigments from Chanel. For the main mobile lid, I use the shade 402, and I forget what this is. This is probably the one that's the cool tone one with a little bit of pink in it. Let me just show it to you here. Such a pretty shade. And what I do is actually try to tap a little bit of pigment on a palette, or I just go ahead and just put my brush into the well, this well right here. I try not to dip it too much because it is loose pigment. And then on the outer V, I have Boys Damarante 412. It's such a shame. I don't think they make these anymore. Not everyone liked them, but for me, these are like my perfect shades for being medium tan, warm olive. And that's what I have in my eyes on the mobile lid, and then the outer V, and then smoked out underneath. For finishing my eyes, I grabbed my Wayne Goss pencils. These are the pencils that are traditional wooden pencils. I just love this. It's like a neutral deep brown. And I just love these. They're the like old school pencils. Like, yeah, I just think it's always good to have that in your collection. And then I always have a wing liner. That's just my signature. And I'm using the SURRAT Autographique brown liner. And these are like calligraphy pens. So this is my second well of ink. And this is like the best nib. I love it. I have so much control, and it's always consistent on the quality. So I have that on my eyes, and then I have MAC Giga Black for the bottom lash, and then eye mascara, and then the Chantecaille Faux Seals on the top mascara. Eyebrows are filled in with Jones Road. I love this. I'm down to the nub. It has these like fibers. I don't know if you can see them in this pencil. It's my favorite pencil out of all my eyebrow pencils. For my powder for my face, because this is a glowy water-based light tint, I went in with the OG Prisme Libre by Givenchy. I used the shade 4 Mousseline Acidulée. This is the OG before they reformulated it and where people were like, oh, the new one is terrible. I love it. I don't like the smell, but I love it so much that basically I've aired this out through time and just let this sit out on my windowsill or wherever just to get the perfume out. But it's such a beautiful powder. It's really like this porcelain doll kind of effect of like a really blurred effect. I am really picky about powder because I have eczema and aging skin and a lot of texture. So this is the one that has worked best for me along with Sisley. But this is like, Sisley's like every day. This is like if I really want more of a full coverage, this is my gal. I love this product. So the Givenchy Prisme Libre loose powder, original formula. On my lips, I have a combination, really it's just 2N of the Lisa Eldridge Sculpt and Shade Lip Liner. It's this kind of darker brown shade here. This one, that's on my lips. And then it's wearing down, but I've been just pulling for my lip oil. I have Pink Beat today. My favorite is really Taupe because it's more of a brownie rosewood, but I'll show you what this looks like. And I have to say, this is probably my favorite Eaze lip oil in my collection just because it's thin, it doesn't have a smell. I don't like super goopy or thick oil. It's very, very thin. And I just really love the Merit Beauty, the Merit lip oils. And the star of the show is the new Hermes highlighter. It's really called the Face Illuminator, Face and Eyes Illuminating Powder. I'm keeping it in its box for now, but this is what it is. Comes in that beautiful Hermes ubiquitous orange box. I have used it 3 days in a row. You can tell I'm trying to like not wreck the embossing. So I keep pulling from this side here. So I did use this on my eyes, my inner corner highlight, and also my cheekbones today. And here I'm just grabbing the brush I used earlier. This is the Wayne Goss brush, airbrush brush, and this is the highlighter. And then I actually used it on my inner corner and actually brought it over here as like my inner corner shade and then an accent here. So such a marriage made in heavy. This is pretty versatile. It's not super chunky. It melts into the skin. I've had more that melt into the skin, and I would say like SUQQU has more oil, so it kind of melts in more. And maybe that Fenty limited edition highlighter. And the last thing that I have that I want to share is that I ended up picking up this sweater from Nordstrom. They have a Nordstrom, I think 50% sale, 40%. And I like to obviously like to shop at Nordstrom. I'll let you know that. And I picked up this really pretty cotton light sweater, and it's Eileen Fisher, which is a spendy brand. And I always think of it as like, this is like sophisticated women who have money kind of brand and high quality pieces. And so I'm thinking of like, okay, I justified it because it's like a capsule wardrobe kind of thing. I have some kind of throwaway, kind of not so great quality sweaters from Shein, and I regret buying them because after they go through the wash, it's just not good quality. So I decided to get this on sale from Eileen Fisher, and I'll put the link if it's still on sale. This is a size medium. It does run large. I'm usually a large, extra large, but I ended up with a medium because I wanted it to be a little bit more fitted. It's like a really pretty, like pinky mauve, light mauve color. It's definitely a me color, matches my eyeshadow. And yeah, if you're into like high quality like cotton sweaters, this is something that you might want to look into. I'm really picky about like scratchiness and quality, and this is a really high quality cotton sweater. I live here in the Pacific Northwest, and I don't need heavy wool cashmere sweaters. What I consider, it's kind of what they call like California sweaters. So like really lightweight cotton, washable cotton, stuff that breathes. Synthetic has been really bad for me, and I have a lot of synthetic like light sweaters, but to be honest, like after 2 hours, I'm sweating, and because it's synthetic, it doesn't breathe, and I just smell like my body odor just does not do well. My chemistry does not do well with synthetic materials. So I'm trying to get towards just like reducing my wardrobe and just buying pieces that are going to work for me and don't make me smell when I'm at work. It's really embarrassing, but I've noticed I've been wearing this all day, no smelliness, and it's because I can breathe. My body can breathe in this like cotton, like high quality cotton. So I'll put the link to what I'm wearing in case you're interested. The other thing I forgot to share was that on my face for powder and bronzer and blush, I have both Hourglass palettes, and I was initially like, oh, there's no way I need two. Oh, I am so happy I got two because I'm pulling from both of them. So I pulled the bronzer from the Deepest palette, which some people know as the Lotus palette, and the two right shades I pull as my bronzer. And then for blush, I actually pulled this shade here plus this, and obviously I topped with the Hermes highlighter. And then for the front of my face and some sculpting, I just used the lightest powder. Again, the lighter powder in the front of my face, and then the sides I finish with the deeper shade just for depth. And I've been loving these Hourglass palettes. I get why people love them. I don't think there's any formula I've tried other than Hourglass that just doesn't add shimmer, but it's an illuminated glow to my face. And I get it. I get why people love Hourglass so much. It's just a beautiful formula, and it looks like a glow from within, and I just look really healthy. And people have commented like, wow, your makeup looks really, really good today. It's because of the Hourglass.